nice 15-minute chair workout for you today. So this is Chair Pilates. This is doing a lot of the exercises that one may be familiar with already from the mat, the reformer, the Cadillac, the chair in the studio, but bringing them home. And that's what my Pilates partner is most interested in, is whether it's my live Zoom classes or my website with the on-demand library of videos, is this idea that we don't have to take ourselves out to a studio, we don't have to make ourselves available at a particular time for a real quality workout, which is why I chose the chair today, because the chair is just so convenient. You don't have to have a mat, you don't have to have a lot of space. All I ask is that you have a sturdy chair that's not going to move around on you, so a kitchen chair is the best, and a pair of runners for grip. Okay, so that's why I am in shoes today. We are going to start sitting up nice and tall. I do recommend that you only do exercises that you know suit your body today, which could be different to tomorrow, okay? So just be very mindful about what you do and what you choose to do today. And if some exercise doesn't suit you, just sit it out and do some good breathing and core activation, and maybe join in on the next exercise. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall, nice and open across the front of the chest. Shoulders drawn gently back and down your back. Hands on your lap. You should find yourself perched right up on top of the sit bones in your bum. That should give you a lovely little small dip here in the low back, and it should hopefully sit your shoulders over your hips. Let's cup the low tummy. Let's just let the tummy go. Look, we all have a tummy. Let's just let it go here and start from absolute zero. And I'm going to ask you to inhale. As you blow out, can you just feel your tummy muscles drawing up and in, sort of shrinking under your hands here? And relax it. Try using an exhale to again draw the tummy up and in. What's going on in the pelvic floor? Is it getting involved as well? If it's not, let's talk to it too. Relax. Let's draw up and in with the low tummy, and also draw the pelvic floor up into you a little bit. If you're wondering what that means, it's the feeling when you're stopping peeing, and we all know what that feels like. Let go. Again, just draw the low tummy and the pelvic floor up into you. Now, can you hold on to it? Here's the trick. Stamina. Have you got the stamina to maintain that and to breathe over it and talk over it? We're looking to have a nice low-grade activation in the core, nothing grippy, okay? I couldn't talk over it comfortably if I was gripping those muscles, so that's quite a telltale sign. If you can't talk comfortably over it, you're probably overworking your core at this point. So let's go hands in prayer in front, sitting tall, shoulders back and down. And we're going to start with some nice rotation through the spine. We're moving from my waist upwards. Don't expect your first one or two movements to be your best, okay? Naturally, you'll get better and start to flow more as you move more. So what happens there is that our soft tissues, muscles, ligaments and tendons, they warm up as we move them and they become more supple. I'm breathing naturally here. I'm not telling you when to inhale and exhale. I want you to just breathe. In fact, for me, in all my workouts, a prerequisite is that you do breathe. Never hold your breath during a workout. Just keep the breath nice and fluid. What is going on constantly in the background is this activation through my tummy and pelvic floor, just keeping check that the core is staying on. As I move, we have one more of these to go. And back, release, roll the shoulders back, 1, roll them back, 2, roll them back, 3. Let's start just warming up from the hips up. Let's think about hips down. My chair is there for security. I'm not going to use it much if I can get away with it, but you do need to have it there for security. Feet hips distance apart, feet pointed straight ahead, one hand on your hip, the other hand, I call this fingertip touch. I'm just engaging with the chair. I'm going to try not grip it. Switch on the core, tummy, pelvic floor. Lovely. Let's start knee dips. I'm not calling these squats. This is a warm-up, so I wouldn't have you do a full-on squat. I'll show you from the side. It's a little dip and stand. Now the same principles as a squat apply, as in I'm not going to send those knees out in front of the line of those toes, and I'm going to try and keep the weight back on my heels. I'm going to keep my chest up. I like people to do knee dips or squats, arms out, palms up, okay? Because I know there's a habit to do it this way, but listen, doesn't that just add to what you've been doing all day at the kitchen counter, in your car, on your bike, at your desk, pushing a buggy? It's all the same. Let's go something opposite. Open the chest. Okay, we're going to change it. We're going tippy toes, sit back, tippy toes, sit back. The chair is still there for security. You'll see sometimes I want to touch it and sometimes I don't. You can hold it all the time if you need to. Try send the knees straight ahead. Can you see how I'm avoiding that? And I'm avoiding that. Okay, try to send them straight ahead. Keep them still behind the line of those toes. Okay, we're going to add something else in. We're going to stay on tippy toes. I'm turning to the side for you to see. I'm right up on my tippy toes. I'm going to sit down, stand up. Now, this throws the weight bearing, so you don't have to worry about the knee-toe alignment anymore because everything's different because I'm on the tippy toes. Okay? How about we let go? Try it. Woo, it's tougher. And depending on time of day, tiredness, etc., this one can change. Now be mindful of your body. If I had an arthritis of my big toe, or if I had an Achilles tendonitis, I couldn't do this. I wouldn't sustain this heel lift like this. So just be mindful of your body. Okay. What if I asked you to stay down and to go heels down, heels up, heels down, heels up, rolling on the toes, creating arches, strengthening the arch, the muscles that create the arches in the sole of the foot. See how I'm doing fingertip touch? I'm not gripping, just a little bit of anchoring, that's all. Lots of core. Okay, and stand, go down, shake it out. We're going to go back into sitting, all right? I have my chair on the yoga mat because I know that it keeps it more secure. If you want to put your chair now against a wall or back against a piece of furniture, it would be a good idea. But I know mine won't slip here, okay? We're sitting away from the backrest. We're back where we started. Let's switch on the core again. Inhale. Exhale, sitting tall, I'm drawing up and in. Pelvic floor draws up. Low tummy draws up into me. Now place the hands on the hips. Let's start with just little pelvic tilt actions. Roll back to sit on your tailbone and tall. You want to see that from the side? Roll back and tall. Roll back, belly button pulls in towards my spine. I'm not going to go as far as the backrest. I'm going to stop before it. Okay, that's lovely. Let's change it. Let's make it a little bit of a bigger movement. Let's row the boat. So 2 hands on the oars. Lean forwards in the boat. My core is on. I'm going to inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to row back. Pull the oars into the chest and row forwards. Row back. I am rounding through my spine. I have a bit of a flat spine here and a flexed spine here. Have a look at my elbows and hands. I'm doing a lot of work to keep them at shoulder height all the time. So that's not just happening by chance. I'm working to not do that and to not do that. Okay? So a little bit of mindfulness around alignment and where we are and how we're moving our bodies. Because you know, in Pilates, yeah, it might seem on the face of it that we're all about just, strengthening you, toning you. No, we want to create healthy movement patterns that you take away from your class so that you move better and get hurt less. Okay, let's go to the side. Still have the oars, and I'm just pulling back on one oar and the other oar. Now at the start of this, I encourage you to exhale as you go back, inhale as you go forwards. Again, that was just to get you started. I don't mind when you breathe, just do. And again. Lovely, flexion and rotation. You should at this point Feel like your deltoids are getting a little bit tired. That's okay, it's nice for them. However, this should not be straining up into your neck, and if it is, I would say stop. Okay? We want to exercise well. We have one more to go. Roll it back, and front, and there. Roll back your shoulders, 1. Roll back your shoulders, 2, and 3. Lovely, let's go into standing, do some hip extension work. Again, I'm turning the chair, I'm going to stand behind it. Again, I trust this chair, okay? I know it's not going to move from experience on this mat. Maybe put yours against a wall or a piece of furniture if you want to secure it. Standing really tall, can you take your right leg back? Nice and stiff, straight knee here. Lot of work going on in the glutes, right? A lot of work going on in the quads. But also, I want you to be conscious of the pelvic floor and low tummy drawing up and into you, assisting and giving you more strength. We're going 10 lifts, 1, 2, and it's just a lift, touch. Lift, touch. I'm not bending the knee, okay? If you really struggle with this or if it strains your back, I would say yes, do the bent knee option, okay? Otherwise, let's fire up those glutes, low back muscles, and upper hamstrings. 9, 10, switch legs. Okay, core is on, strong leg, I'm tall, shoulders back and down. 1, tip. Do you want to try and let go? Balance and core are so closely linked that every time we balance, we're going to challenge the core even more to work, which is lovely. And there, okay, release, we're going to take that further. We're taking that leg back, it's still stiff and strong, glutes, upper hamstrings, back muscles working, core on. I'm going to hinge, I'm standing on the left leg, I'm hinging on the left hip. Tip over, and stand, and over. So if you want to picture yourself like one of those action figure dolls that can only move from the hip, it's the only joint that hinges on this doll. So your only option is to hinge on that standing hip. Everything else just moves with you. Watch your head, don't drop it too low. Sometimes people go and they look down into the chair. Let's always keep the head as an extension of the trunk, and that will keep it in a good place regardless of whether you're upright or over. Okay. Left leg, nice and stiff and strong. And we are going to tip over. So the nice thing about a workout like this is we've got lots of movement into different areas of the body. We have fired up your core and some of the very important supporting muscles in the body, and giving you a nice workout that you can do at home, you can do in the office, you can do on holidays, you can do in a hotel, okay? And you don't need equipment really, and you don't need a lot of space. And it's super functional, because this is how we spend our time, upright, sitting and standing, and moving, not lying down on the mat. Okay, and stop, release, shake it out. To finish that off, I want you to now stretch those all-important glutes. Can you go ankle across thigh? Can you press that arm into it? And can you tilt forwards from the hips? Note that I'm not rounding my spine here. I am tilting forwards from the hips. If that's too much for you, I suggest that you literally just do it that way. Okay? Alright, let's switch legs. When we do this, we're looking for a stretch in this zone. It might be around the bum, outside of the hip, down maybe the top 1/3 of the outside of the thigh. It should not be a pinching into the groin. That's not a feeling we're looking for from this stretch. So if that happens, just stop and don't do it anymore. And that is wonderful. Let's release out of there. Let's take those shoulders back and down. Feel engaged, feel aware of your good alignment and your posture and all the nice work that you've done in your body for the last 15 minutes. Well done, and thank you for being